Hello, everybody, and welcome TFT Tarot for Today.
Hey, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee. Welcome to our show.
Welcome.
Ho, ho, ho.
And of course, you can explain the flowers too.
Oh, well, that was for my retirement party this week. They're so lovely. So I thought I'd
Very
let
nice.
them be here with us today. While they're still in good shape, because Shadow had eyes on it when I had it on the table. So needless to say, it has to go to higher ground once we're done.
Those kitties and those plants, let me tell you. Hi,
Thanks,
everybody.
Gina. I thought I'd be sparkly and bright today. Hey, good to see everybody on this Thursday night.
Absolutely. So what do we got going on?
Hey, Gina, I did not check my box yet, my mailbox, but maybe it's bigger than that. I don't know. But I'll have to go out there and do that later.
Yeah, we'll do that later.
Oh, so. What is new, Mr. O?
Well, like my mom always says, New York.
Well, a lot of interesting things are going to be happening this month. I think a good way to kick off my retirement will be some giveaways.
That's right. We're supposed to be doing giveaways because
Yeah.
tis the season.
Tis the season. So stay tuned for news about that soon. It's coming. Probably next week something's coming.
Should be fun.
Yeah.
And don't forget tomorrow, my special program, Oberon's Emotional Outlook, is on. I think it's actually premiering tonight at midnight.
Hey,
but you can
Merwin.
catch it anytime after midnight on our channel. That's your emotional life for the next week or so. And then on Sundays, Banshee does the same thing for your more material aspects of life.
Money. Show me the money.
And there's our magician again.
So anyway, I got to share with you guys something funny. I was just telling the guys at work at my Zoom retirement party that, well, it's time to say goodbye to libraries. I says, well, maybe I'll work in one like Mr. O here is doing part-time. But I said, but likely not. I've given up. And then I said to them, but every time I say I'm giving up on libraries, something always pops into my life. And sure enough, I saw a job. I saw a job, application today. For
Kind of interesting.
something pretty interesting and right up my alley. I don't know if it's really still available or not, and it is part-time. So I'm like, didn't I just tell my coworkers this would happen?
And it's definitely up your alley, so it should be interesting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I might check that out. It doesn't hurt. What do I got to lose, right?
So I guess we're going to do the collective thought for the reading.
Yeah. And today's collective thought is, I'm going to use the Tarot of Affirmations today.
Alrighty. Yes, synchronicity.
I don't know. That's just the way my crazy life is. He knows.
Well, you could say the same thing about mine. Some weird synchronicities on occasion.
Are you talking about my headgear, Merwin? Oh, check out the job. Yes, I will. What the heck?
That's
like
right.
I said, what do I got to lose? I don't know. It's on LinkedIn, and the thing is, LinkedIn postings have been out of date. Usually when I look at them, they say no longer available. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm babbling away here. And but this one acted like it was still available, and I'm able to apply for it. So I'm going to do it. Doesn't hurt.
I grabbed two.
Well, let's take a look at them.
I saw one of them, so.
Now, one was on top, and it's interesting because I drew an 8 today, but not
It's true, you did.
the 8 of Cups. So I think we're going to go with the 8 of Cups.
That's the one.
Yeah. I am the sudden longings that signaled you on. Well, wait, actually, I got to read it. So, or you can read it. Are you going to read it?
I wanted to get it focused in the camera first. You don't mind that, right?
I do.
I am the sudden longings that signal a need for further emotional development. All right, Banshee. I look forward to examine unsatisfied desires. Ooh, that sounds more like me. I move towards new values, ideas, and behaviors that will fulfill me emotionally.
I'll read the last two.
Oh, that must be the clincher, eh?
I don't know. I open myself to new possibilities. I seek to increase the depths of my emotions. I follow the pathway I find with courage. I am determined to find emotional fulfillment.
Well, that sounds more like you.
Okay. Why not? I think so too, Laura. Don't worry, I'll be checking it out. Why not? Like I said. But hey, if I win the Lucky for Life tonight, maybe I'll pass on the jobs.
So I brought along 3 decks, but I may only use 2, and that would be, whoops.
I'll add you to the list, SP. Sure, no problem.
The Adrian Tarot, which is very new agey. That's the 6 of Swords.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also have my recent, well, not so recent, but newly opened Cat People Tarot, the Knight of Cups.
That's such a nice deck.
I like it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And you?
And me, one more time, we're going to be using the Cat's Eye Tarot. I'm going to switch up my decks again. Let's find a nice one here. Yeah, this one's reaching for some toy. The 2 of Pentacles.
Nice.
And the Cat's Eye Tarot. And we'll use MJ Culinane's one more time again. Let me just grab one at random here because they're all beautiful. The 9 of Wands. This is the Grimalkin Tarot.
Little bedraggled looking kitty.
Well, you know, he was out frolicking around too much. What can you say? And finally, if I can find it, my last deck is that new, oh gosh, is it called the Young Witch Tarot? I had to look at the name again just to be sure. And here's strength in that deck. These have little poems on it. And this one says, sometimes you must be brave, young witch, although it's hard to be. But if you are, you'll grow up strong, a lion just like me.
Aww.
That's such a cute deck. It really is.
So let's get going.
Alrighty. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Alright. Oh, and I will be using my Yule Lenormand again, if anybody was wondering. That's not going away till probably New Year's.
So it looks like Acel is first. Acel, so go ahead and type in your question or request for general or that kind of thing.
And the list I have is as follows. I have Acel, Libra Cusp, Laura, Bonita, my sweet Christina, Gina, Merwin, and SP. All right. HR manager. Oh, good. Congrats to that. Wow. Hey, I know I've been out of my league before, Acel. I know that feeling of insecurity. All right.
Ready?
Yeah, mine or your mine?
Sure. Mm-hmm. Well, congratulations on the new job. And
Yeah.
just try to relax a little bit. Usually expectations don't come until after 2 to 3 months, maybe.
Yeah, you usually
maybe
get
they
3
figure
months
you
to
should be trained.
acclimate,
You kind
so.
of get that at most places, just an automatic, like you're learning. You're the new person. Sure hope that works out for you.
Yeah.
So how are we going to do this?
Well, this one is,
Made the right job choice.
yeah. Looks, I mean, it sounds like a yes, no, but let's do 3 cards. Let's
Okay.
do that. I want to see what the vibe is around this job.
Hi, Angel Mary.
Angel Mary, welcome. Get you on the list. We're hanging. Oh, cut. Hanging in there.
Indeed.
All right.
Okay, SL. We have 3 cards.
Okay, well, it's not going to be an easy road to sell, but it's not impossible. We have the 4 of Swords, and that is reversed. We have the 5 of Pentacles, and that is reversed, and I'd rather have that one reversed, I think. We have the 3 of Pentacles, and that is reversed as well. So I think the 3 of Pentacles really, often I feel it's you, though, in this case. I don't know why, but it looks like that's a card where people are looking at your work and analyzing it critically. But why do I feel that that's not you? What you're feeling right now, Asal? This just seems to tie right into that.
It may be that you just need to give yourself a little pinch for confidence sake. It does feel like maybe you are possibly just looking down too much on yourself. Come here and be out of the way.
Sunny has arrived.
The other thing, though, is that I think it's a short duration. I think that this feeling will resolve, because I think that 2 things will happen. One, they're going to really just want to give you stuff and get you going, because it's more like they just really need to get going and they can iron out things. I really think that will be the case, because the 5 of Pentacles reverse sort of indicates to me that they have their own idea that they are dealing with what they have too, and so they're just looking to get the return they think they can get from you. They hired you because they think you're going to work out.
Sonny would say hi if he could.
But I'm kind of holding him in place a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, just a little.
Asal, this 4 of Swords reversed indicates to me that you will definitely be busy. There is work to be done. This is no time to, rest, no rest for the weary, so to speak. There will be work, there will be responsibilities, and you're just going to feel that pressure. That pressure that you feel that people are watching what you do and being judged, But I feel with the 5 reversed that things will, work themselves out. You're just going to have to get through kind of a rough period of acclimating to the work and the workflow, and then you're going to probably do okay.
Yeah,
But
I really feel that way.
let's see what the Lenormand
Sure.
has to say about that.
It's sort of like timing. Sunman's adoring audience.
Uh-oh, my Lenormand
Thank you,
is
Laura.
stuck. I think I got it all. Wait a minute. Yeah.
And he's shedding again, so I have little bits of hair flying around my face and itching.
All right, let's see what these have to add.
What's up?
He was peeking around my computer today while I worked. Usually all 3 of them come up at some point and do that, but it was him today that was mostly there. I'm so happy I drew this combination of cards, Asal. We have the Stork card. And we have the Star card for you. And so basically, I feel that this change, the Stork is about something new, a new beginning. It's about change and growth because, the Stork brings a baby. And so the Star with it indicates to me that this change is going to make you feel so much better. I mean, you're going to feel, probably after this rough patch is over, you're going to realize you put yourself in a really good position here, and it will pay off for you long term.
I liken the Star to Pentacles, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much this 3 over here, but the 5, because I think it is talking about you seeing that light and feeling that hope. And just to remember that this is a situation of newness. So newness always has a time parameter before it wears off. So new things wear off, and that's probably when you are pretty much acclimated. So I think you're going to do okay, Asal. So I really sincerely hope for that.
Yeah, I wish you a lot of luck with that. And you know what? Just keep positive, remain positive and confident. Hey, you got the job. That's a big part of it. And that's awesome. Congrats to you. And that's what we have for Asal today. Let's move on the list.
And I see it's Libra.
It's
Hi,
Libra cusp.
General reading.
Libra, you are up, and then Laura, Bonita, My Sweet Christina, Gina, Merwin, SP, and Angel Mary.
Okay, so I've grabbed my Cat People Tarot, and I'll just go ahead and shuffle those for this reading.
And I'm going to get out the Glenalkin next.
Cats
Yes.
everywhere. Oh, please don't knock that over, Sunman.
Speaking of cats.
Viewers may have saw his nose, and then there was like the camera angle nudged a little bit.
Well, believe it or not, it's still not good, but our cases of COVID in Michigan are down a little bit, under 6,000 barely, and that's an improvement. Not happy still, but I don't know where things are going to go because the Thanksgiving COVID cases are starting to appear.
On a personal note, I'm beating the odds. I've now had a second person in my work team has tested positive. And I'm pretty sure this is a person that I occasionally have talked to, during this time period. But we've been doing the hyper restrictions really where we're at. But they had indicated to me that they saw some more family for Thanksgiving that they hadn't seen in a while. I'm thinking that's probably what happened. Very sorry about that. Hope she's going to be well.
Right.
All right, and we have our cards for the general.
Well, you've got all people, all kind of masculine cards here. You have the King, Sunny wants it, the King of Wands, upright. Sunny wants that cat card, that cat people card. And then we have the Knight of Swords, and that's reversed. And then we have the King of Pentacles reversed. Well, I don't know. Why does this seem familiar a little bit to me, Libra? Maybe I've said something like this recently, but I feel like the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Swords is indicating to me that you really have to watch how you manage your resources right now and your finances. Be careful of the decisions you make. At this time of year, we're all into spend, spend, spend. Well, I know I can get that way. So, kind of be careful. Just make sure you're doing right by that.
These cards are less about people. I don't feel a people vibe here. I feel they're more situations or environments around you, things like that. I think Banshee's right. I think that Knight of Swords suggests just being a little more cautious during this time of year. Weather things going on, whatever, out in traffic. There is a situation maybe where you may be disappointed in something monetarily. It may have been you were hoping to receive a particular gift or income source, and it may be delayed. I don't think it's definitely gone. It may be delayed though. I'm thinking after the new year, like who needs it then?
We always need it.
But I also think too that there's some avenues for you to make some personal connections, maybe more with family, but not exclusively, maybe more like with people around you, friends or things like that. Maybe you might want to consider taking the time to sending a Christmas card or that kind of thing, or doing something on a slightly more personal level just to reaffirm your presence in their lives. Just, it's been a long, and maybe you do that all the time, so it's just saying you're
And where are you getting that from again?
The King of Wands.
The King of Wands. Yeah, I was debating what I felt about the King of Wands here. I kind of left him out of the equation. I don't know if this is indicating that there's something to do with work or enterprise as far as the money goes.
This?
Yeah.
Because this is just money that's maybe having a problem arriving. I don't know if that's from work or wherever. I think it could more likely just be a gift or some sort of amount of money that's coming from a non-revenue source, if that makes sense. Like it's not from a paycheck.
Yeah, I guess I was talking about my interpretation that I gave before
Well,
his.
you sort of invited me.
I did. No, I wanted to know what you meant about what you were saying there, which cards you were referring to. But then I was going back to mine because, as I said, I never really said anything about the King of Wands in mine. I kind of stuck with these two cards here. And I'm not sure if this is related or not, but there is, it seems like there's some positive business moves that can be made right now, or, just that you're showing a lot of good management capabilities in the work that you do, but I don't know if this is related or not, this watching your resources and, spending. Because that's what my thing was.
I see. Well, that's why there are two
Two
of
of
us.
us.
And his fur is flying. You probably
Yeah,
can
well,
see
you
it in
keep
the air.
petting him. Stop already.
I don't want him to disrupt things.
Hey, next time I got an idea when we are streaming, bring the brush. Because if we've forgotten to brush him, we can brush him now. Ah, cat grooming. And he's on your cat. Ah, Sonny.
You'll get them.
I got
Too
it.
much cat hair.
Well, and I got more by doing that. All right, I'm sorry, Libra.
Yes,
We're
let's
getting
get back
to
to
your
that.
Lenormand right now.
So, just to sum it up, this is sort of like check in with people, send greetings, whatever. And this is sort of like expect a possible delay or situation with any money you think is coming for you or that you might be expecting. And this is sort of saying, be careful. I'm just sort of sensing like, traffic situations or movement related things that are foibles. So if you have to drive places, just make sure you're careful.
And to recap, I'd just say that this is something connected with managing resources and money, and be careful of the decisions you make. There could be a decision that you have to make that you really ought to take your time before you make it. And finally, that, something positive business-wise could occur. I just feel like, maybe there might be some more responsibilities given if you are working.
They don't work.
Oh, okay, you don't work. Ah. Well, there's something
That's why
to
I
do
said what
with
I said.
enterprise.
Yes. I think it's more about networking,
You work at home?
Well, of
There's
course.
the home card, and there is, the whip card. Something fast is going to happen in relation to the home or property. Yeah, I mean, I wonder if you have to make a decision about spending some money on the home. Which
Yeah, I'm
Make
wondering
me
about
think
that
about
too.
that. What do you think?
I agree. I don't want to be too
Yeah.
psychic tonight, so I don't want to say anything.
Well, okay, cracking the whip is things happening suddenly, things happening fast, and it's related to your home or property. And so, nights are movement. So I just wonder if something's with resources, it's kind of going to be a little bit negatively impacting, on
Are you possibly thinking about moving somewhere, moving into a different place, or is somebody moving? Could be what's indicated.
It could be. It could be a sudden repair, a sudden move, some necessary change that's going to be happening around the home.
Maybe that's where the money thing comes in.
It could very well be. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, it took us a long time to come to that.
It did. You're welcome.
Okay, you're
Lena.
welcome.
We
I
kind
hope
of
that helps.
went around a bit there. Sorry about that. Okay, Laura, you are up. Hey, Laura, how are you doing? Hope you're doing all right. You absolutely can.
I've recovered from flying cat hair, I think.
You took a cough drop, right?
Yeah, it was just too much. I was hacking over here.
Would help.
Yes, that's a shiny, glitzy hat you got there, Banshee.
Oh. Well, I like red. Being an Aries, red is one of my favorite colors, and actually green is too. Green attracts green.
I like a more darker red, maybe even more of a burgundy.
And that's why I like these flowers so much. I mean, there's the hint of the purpley blue there, or purple, but there's red and green, and it's just such a nice festive combination.
Is somebody going to give you a poinsettia this year too on your way out?
No
Probably not,
poinsettias,
right?
guys. If anybody from work is listening, no poinsettias. I kill them here. They don't last with me.
The cards are cut.
All right. All right. Man, a lot of reversed cards we're getting for people. Sorry about that, but we have the Ace of Wands, and that one is reversed. We have the Knight of Wands, and that is reversed.
Hi, Divine.
Hey, Divine You. And we have the Queen of Swords. Happy holidays. We're getting in the spirit here, Divine You.
Ace of Wands reversed. Knight of Wands reversed.
Okay, sure.
And
You're on
Queen
the
of
bottom,
Swords
so don't
reversed.
worry about it. Okay, so where do we begin with this? I hate to say it, hot mess. We've got the Ace of Wands reversed. We had this card this week as one of our cards of the day.
It's a card of the day.
On Facebook and Twitter. And it's kind of a card of, delay, possible cancellation of something, like appointments being canceled. There's delays. There's possible plans that just don't come through.
In the practical, it could relate to holiday plans or things of that sort. Any other celebrations. If there were maybe startups with new business networking, it's not business building so much as more like maybe networking. I mean, it can include that. But some of these things may have delays going on right now. And I'm thinking that with that, is that the Knight there of Wands reversed too?
Yes, we have 2 Wands reversed.
Well, to me, and that sort of indicates that maybe there's a provocateur involved in here too. So maybe there's somebody who is possibly misleading on their role or the direction they think they can provide.
Well, do you see any correlation between the two of those?
Maybe.
Well, I'm not going there. I'm just asking because
The Queen of Swords?
Yeah. What I think, I'm getting a glimmer here. I just came up with something that I think might lead me somewhere. I think that this is some decision made regarding some project or goal or plan of some sort is what's delayed or not going to come through. If there's delays or there's difficulties, there's struggles getting it off the ground.
Right, and this is definitely about a decision where maybe one feels like they have no choice but to kind of make a decision that a number of people will feel is harsh or will not favor. And so I'm curious as to whether you will find yourself on the one side of the decision or the other side of the decision. So that could be what some of this is about. So I'm wondering if it's business related to maybe an enterprise or business you're involved in. It could be personal situations too, though.
Yeah. So it is interesting. We have the 2 Wands. There's definitely a fire influence here too,
And it seems like it's people related. It's about, people's roles with other people, how people are either attracted or partnering, working, the trust levels between people. This is all a little bit affected with that being, and literally Knight of Wands reversed does sound like just somebody that maybe you don't want to trust them.
Well, either that or, like I said, I almost feel like, well, and it could be this Knight of Wands is the person who makes you do this, but I just get the feeling you're going to be forced into making a hasty decision.
Right, that's what I think. You're the person that has to make the decision.
Yeah.
So let's throw our Lenormand.
Yeah, don't let anybody make you decide anything.
These
until
are
you
things
are
that
ready.
feel immediate to me too, so they feel like they're within a week, 10 days, 2 weeks, something like that. I don't feel like this is something dragging out for several weeks, so it may be about something that's just pertinent right now.
You do need to take your a little sunny interlude. You do need to take your time with this a little bit, Laura. Okay, so the first card I drew is the clouds, and the dark clouds are facing the point of the scythe, which is Father Time in this deck. You see the point there? It is facing the dark clouds. And so what I think this is telling me is that you have to make sure you cut away any confusion, any deception, anything that obscures the truth or the facts you need to uncover, in order to make the right decision.
Yeah, it sort of fits into place
Yes.
with some of that, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
And so that scythe is kind of like the reverse Queen's sword in a way too, is that this will really be kind of like a mystery or a nugget for you to crack open.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, that's what we have for you, Laura. Good luck with that, whatever it may be.
Murder on the Orient.
What?
No. Well, Mr. O has been taken to reading mysteries lately, and he likes to read mysteries. Some of them involve murders, of course, and some of them don't, but so I was filing some books, and I came across a whole bunch of Agatha Christie novels that we have, and I think one of them was Murder on the Orient.
Hey, you're welcome, Laura. Good luck.
You're
Good luck
welcome.
with that. So your deck next, and we are on Bonita. Hey, Bonita, welcome back.
All
What
right.
can we
Hi,
do for
Bonita.
you today?
The Sun Man.
After Bonita's My Sweet Christina, Gina, Merwin, SP, Angel Mary, and Divine You.
Alrighty.
Hey, blessings to you as well. What to expect in your next
Thank you, Laura.
relationship? Okay.
What to expect?
What do you think we should do with that one?
3 cards, or do you?
So, but do we want to do the one with the person and the theme of the relationship?
Yeah.
Want to do that?
Sure. Can we do that
do
with
that.
this deck here?
Yeah, why not? Let's
Alrighty.
try it.
Do you want to explain that again a little bit?
Well, basically, I devised this reading where we can look a little bit at the personality of or characteristics of the person you're going to have a relationship with, and sort of the theme, the underlying thing around that relationship, and where it's headed. So we'll take a look at that.
And by the way, for whoever celebrates it, I know this is the first night, the first day of Hanukkah. So happy
Oh.
Hanukkah to any of our viewers out there, to everyone. Blessed Hanukkah.
Lots of holidays, during this month. And I would party for them all.
Well, yes, I've gone to a couple of larger spiritual kind of Hanukkah gatherings. Couple years now, and boy, they were just so lively and so much fun. A lot of good music and a lot of good food. Please, everybody, like. Thank you, Laura.
Oh, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking. Okay.
Thinking? I didn't know you did that.
I try. All right. Oh, I have to look for a specific card. Hang on.
Court card,
hang on. Oh, it's hiding. What is that, magician? Oh, no, I see what it was.
They're pretty, that might have been.
Here we are. We have well, it's reversed. I gotta keep it that way. It's the Page of Wands reversed. And then, let's see, I'm looking for a Major Arcana card now. I've got the Hanged Man upright. Correct? Is it? Yeah. No,
that's reversed.
It's reversed too. Okay, and then the final card. Boy, this is the Nine of Coins reversed. For some reason, we are getting a lot of reversals.
So
no matter what deck we're using.
What do you think this means then?
A few things. So let me tell you about this person's personality a little bit with this Page of Wands. This Page of Wands is reversed. It's fire energy. Maybe sometimes they're just a little bit over enthusiastic. They might over exaggerate their abilities a little bit.
Impetuous is a word that comes to mind. So it may be that they have qualities that might, some people would say, oh, young soul, so some of it looks like maturity, but there may be something there underneath that is a little bit more indicative of an old soul that maybe has some strong feelings about certain things. So I think that although it comes across as a little bit of immaturity, there are some strong feelings about certain things under the surface there.
So I think the underlying theme of this the underlying theme around this relationship, the Hanged Man.
Yeah, I didn't talk about that one yet.
No, because we didn't get there yet. The Hanged Man reversed for the underlying theme of the situation. I get the feeling that you guys may spend a lot of time jockeying for perspective. In other words, you both have ideas of what you want out of the relationship, and you got to try to find that middle ground. I think you're always going to be trying to find that middle ground between the two of you.
I think that some aspects of the relationship are strongly going to revolve around your comfort together on the more physical level. I think that later on, if this relationship lasts, that you may approach discovering each other's spiritual sides more, but that in the beginning, a lot of this will be about creating a comfortable relationship for you too. Maybe you'll be thinking about whether or not this would be the relationship to have children in. So that's an important thing for you, is to feel that the emphasis on material things is commensurate with that.
Yeah, one thing about that card to me, I don't know why, I also think it's a card that it's almost as if something keeps you together, Doesn't it seem like that's a card where people sort of stay? It's like
We're talking about him?
Yeah.
Yeah, in a way, yeah. I'm not sure why that would be, but it does seem to me like, right, it's not about it's not about being alone or being stranded. It's sort of about helping each other. There's something here that says you're helping each other, so that even if you're getting over, sort of these sort of immature things or impetuousness, there's need there. You both need each other.
Well, but there is something here, because now where is it all leading? Is it leading to something positive? I don't know. We have the Nine of Pentacles reversed here. Do you want to go first on that? I mean, I have something.
So this is like the overall where it's going?
Where it's going.
Well, it seems to me like this will be a life where...
or a relationship. I don't know if it's going to be a lifetime.
Yeah, it's a relationship. Okay. It is. Remember what I said about this, the comfort aspects? This sort of says that this could be, the result is that would become more important than a lot of other things, and so that therefore other growth may be stalled for some reason. I mean, maybe you might feel that there's a level you're not getting, and that's going to disillusion you towards the relationship. Like in the beginning, everything seems to be met or seems to be comfortable, but eventually there could be problems with how you feel about the comfort level or the attainment level.
I think sometimes, somehow that this card...
Was I too wordy?
No, somehow this card ties into the Hanged Man reversed a little bit here, because I kind of feel like, okay, you guys both have your ideas of what you want out of the relationship. You're trying to find that common ground, and I think that's going to be an essential key here, because both of you seem to be not satisfied, like you want more of something. So I don't know if that's more of each other. I don't know if that's more from the other, if you're expecting more than what you're getting. There's this kind of an unease. Maybe you're getting too much of a good thing is another aspect of this card sometimes.
So to answer your question, what you may expect is that it's not what you've been expecting, or that it's not enough.
Well,
or ultimately.
I mean, ultimately, you may decide you need something more than what you're getting from this relationship, or that what you are getting from the relationship is not, what you had in mind.
And maybe that all ties it into the fact that some of the person's, enthusiasms or impetuosity is sort of the thing that is going to break it over time, that they're not going to meld into, more of that comfortability there. At first they might, but ultimately I think they just sort of are themselves, and you're yourself.
I think it's not hopeless,
No.
this relationship, but I think there's potential, but it depends how much the two of you are willing to compromise with one another.
And that's the card of that, isn't it?
If somebody decides they're not budging, and this is what it's got to be, then there's going to be some problems.
In that respect, maybe this card suggests that there's a lack of compromise that's going to happen. So what do you have?
I have the stork popped up again.
And the tower.
And the tower. Wow. Well, there's some dangerous ways I could go with this. Because for one thing, Benita, sometimes the stork means birth,
Children.
And of course that is an institution, for example, like a hospital. So I'm not saying that this relationship could lead to a marriage and a child, or a child. There is a potential here, but it also could mean that something, there is something new coming your way. And either you might meet this person at work or at some type of a large institution of some sort, maybe even school.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Is probably, I only mildly feel the child vibe. Maybe that could just mean that this is a person that has a child too, and that maybe that child will be part of the relationship, depending on how you go with that. So
I guess the only reason I had to say it is because it is a relationship reading, and these are. But he's right. It doesn't have to be that.
Right, it doesn't have to be that, but I think that maybe if there was a child somewhere along the way, it's more likely that maybe it's their child from a previous relationship. And so that could also explain some of these things here about, comfort levels, the sacrifices that one has to make. I could just venture a guess that maybe this is a person who will need to realize that if they do have a child, that should always, be one of their highest concerns. I'm not moralizing, sorry.
Well, Benita,
I know there's a lot there.
We gave you a lot to think about. I think there's this one's going to be, something you would have to do a little work at, but it may be worth it in the long run.
We may be talking again.
We may be talking again. So good luck with that, Benita. And hey, my sweet Christina, you are up.
I hope that was helpful. Thank you. Doesn't seem like a lost cause. Just looks, kind of like
relationships. Stuff. Hey, you know what? If it was just, they're never perfect.
Yeah.
And especially when you just meet someone, there's things to be worked out, So expect that.
Right. It's a snapshot in time. A lot of things could change with them once you finally, meet that person and things start to happen.
So Mike, sweet Christina, then Gina, Merwin, SP, Angel Mary, and Divine You. Oh gosh, she's right up on the camera.
I know.
Extreme close up. Oh my gosh, look at him. I've never seen him do that.
Okay. Back to your cards.
Wow, okay. You connect with that are compatible and understand me, come into your life. But you're saying people, plural. So like you're looking for a tribe or something, you're just looking for friends?
And there's a when aspect too, so we're sort of looking for timing issues.
Let's see if we can come up with that. When sometimes are tricky, but we'll see what the cards have. Yeah, we did use yours last time.
Yes.
Okay.
It was another cat deck.
Oh, I gotta use the other deck again. I haven't used that one. It's the first one. Oh well. I like this one a lot. Right. This was a whirlwind week. I had so many things going on. And of course, it's a season, so the holidays always bring more activity. Hey, whether you're quarantined or not.
Yes.
We had to get some shopping done this morning. Got the hat when we were out. But stocked up and getting some things for our Christmas dinner. Rumor has it somebody's making me lasagna.
Who could that be? Yes, my infamous or whatever lasagna recipe has been going on for like 45 years. It started off with my first attempts at making a spinach lasagna because I was a vegetarian that long ago. And then it went back and forth with beef lasagna, spinach lasagna, and slowly over time I perfected it. Quite good. Okay, what do you got? We have Justice Reversed.
But the good news is we have some upright cards. We have the Magician.
The Magician.
Upright. And we have the Knight of Cups upright. Wow. So, that might be our timing card.
In and of itself, though, rather than just being on the friendship level, it does talk about the possibility of romantic things entering your life.
Yeah, or it could just mean that you connect deeply with these people on an emotional level, and that is what you're seeking. And I feel like things are falling, the Magician card is kind of telling me that things are falling into place. All the necessary ingredients are just about there.
I agree with that. I think that you are probably the one actually creating that whole energy there, so you are doing the right thing. I think the Justice Reverse card, I'm not sure. That one is perplexing a little bit because it may just feel like right now.
I think I've got it, but go ahead.
Well, I don't have a clear answer. I mean, it sort of feels like maybe there's just sort of this mood in the air that is inhibiting things at a social level for a lot of people.
Yes.
And so that's really what you're contending with, that maybe what your strategy will be try to find a way to get through that.
I think that the Justice Reversed in this case is saying, that I think part of the reason you haven't been able to connect is because of some issues of finding balance in your life. And by that I mean, between the different aspects of your life, family, social, work, whatever the case may be, it just seems like there's some imbalances. Even if it's within yourself, there's something that has to be righted. But I feel here the Magician is saying that, the time is almost nigh. Things are, you are ready, but you have to make sure that you put your will behind this, that you only want to attract those people to you that are worthy of your, your attention and your respect.
I think that maybe another thing Justice Reverse is saying to me is that although these other things are really clear that you have this great potential, within yourself there is a little bit of doubt about some of this, and that maybe you sort of feel like it's not right for you, like you sort of feel like you're not worth it.
You're not worthy. Yeah,
there's a little bit of some esteem stuff there, yet it's belied by that Magician and that Knight of Cups there. Yeah. So I think it's like kind of like a duality about you, maybe that you probably understand. So some of that is like maybe that these things are how you overcompensate, and that's really what your question says to me, is that really there is no when. It's really about you just deciding to turn on your charm again, to force yourself to be a little disarming, because this tells me you actually can and do that.
So, what do you think about timing with the cup card? Is that like...
Am I taking it because it's a cup or because it's a knight?
It's the
Because you
cup.
could do both, right?
Well,
Or
that
no?
is true, but what does the cup indicate to you?
Cup is like summers.
Summer.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think because it is a knight and things, that's a card of movement, I think as we're moving into summer, this might be the time that it starts to take off. It doesn't have to be summer yet, so maybe late spring and moving into summer. I think that's possible.
Let's try our Lenormand.
Yeah, let's do.
And Sunman has decided to sleep on the stage floor here where the cards are displayed, so it's not a carpeting. We're nearly rounding out the hour.
We have the Lilies card, the poinsettia, which is our thing that Sunny is sleeping on here. The design is the Lilies card in this deck. And then we have that Scythe, Father Time. So, I'm thinking about this here.
Are they placed right?
Yes, they are. So obviously it's cutting into the lilies. And so I feel like, maybe you have to look at some of your attitudes about, the type of people you want to attract to yourself and, level them up more. Absolutely don't accept anything beneath, standards that you set for yourself. I really feel that you have to cut people from your life that are not serving your interests.
I get that maybe differently. I sort of feel the association with that poinsettias with the justice reverse, and I'm wondering if that's just saying that to some degree you've outgrown people who maybe did that self-esteem thing on you too, or that those are the people more specifically who you will find you will cut, that some of what your crowd is now has that mix, and you're just going to sort of overcome that because they're the ones really, when you think about it, they're immature and or they're jealous. There
you have it, because I was just thinking as I look at that, cut the people from your life that just don't, that aren't mature enough for you, that their attitudes just don't mesh with yours because they're just not matured.
And now you can't see any of the cards.
Sorry about that. But that's what we have for you. I hope that helps, my sweet Christina.
And thank you.
Sunny.
I like that little
hog.
chrysalis up there that the cat is
Hey,
playing
Gina,
at.
you are up, and after Gina's Merwin, SP, Angel
Why, thank
Mary,
you. Thank you,
and
Christina.
Divine You.
I appreciate hearing that.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
Solar eclipse. All right. Oh, I think it's one of yours anyway, Mr.
Yes.
What do you
Okay,
think
well,
for
I
the
wasn't gonna use it, but I guess I'm gonna use my
Oh, yeah.
ceremonial deck.
Ceremonial deck for the solar eclipse. I think so.
You're welcome.
Hey, you are welcome.
She won't say that in a minute when I'll say I don't know what that card is.
It's probably true.
I forget the name of this deck. It's
Boy, I knew this too. I can't think of it.
It was recommended by a friend who was more into the ceremonial kind of stuff than me, and I like it because the colors are just really lush. I know there's actually a different word I'm looking for, but I can't think of what that word was.
Well, and on the back of the card is a sun image, so,
That's it. Mm-hmm. It's something Golden Dawn, I think.
Oh, it is something of the Golden Dawn. Doggone.
Yeah. Is it the new Golden Dawn tarot?
It might be the new
like
Golden Dawn. I can't remember now. Nice view of Sunny's backside. I know. He is such a camera hog these days. I don't know what we're going to do with him. And it's like he's got all this room here, but he insists on sitting in front of the camera.
Well,
I think he knows what he's doing.
I know he knows what he's doing. We're going to have to give him his own show.
The Sunman show.
Set up cameras and let him wander around. We could put little toys for him to play with.
So see the back of that card? There's your son. It's kind of cool. Ooh, first card.
And they have the words on them too.
Yeah, some of the minor arcana have words on them, but there's only one minor arcana here. We have, starting, Gina, the Empress.
I love that. Look at that. That's pretty.
The Six of Swords upright. And that says earn success. But it's interesting. It's not the way I look at the Six of Swords generally, but let's see. And then we have the Hierophant reversed. Wow. Seems like the solar eclipse can bring to you some very creative energy. Very creative energy with this Empress card upright. And not your normal kind of creative energy, Gina. It's kind of like radical for you. It's kind of outside the box for you. It's something that maybe is making you shift your perspectives and how you use your talents and skills.
The Empress is the metaphor for the soul, the eclipse energies, but it's also the metaphor for you and how you respond to those energies. And I'm just going to say that although we look at the Six of Swords differently, the people on the boat traveling away earn success. That tells me you're going towards something important here. The energy is moving you towards a resolution or towards something better for yourself. And
wait a minute. Can you? Can't see you two. What does that mean? There. Sorry.
We were kissing, and we didn't want you to see that. It was amazing how you could hear me talking at the same time. I'm that talented.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so resulting in the idea that I guess the direction it's moving you to is going to make you consider or possibly do something in a very different way. You're going to probably do something very unconventional. It could represent the idea that you're going to really change your mind about something because some sort of epiphany that this whole thing is bringing to you, or it just means it's going to resolve you to something you've been thinking about.
The Six of Swords, generally to me is this journey card, right? And you're journeying to calmer, better, seas from rough waters. So I do feel this whole thing with the Empress and the Hierophant is something that can really bring you peace and tranquility in your life as well. Even more so than you may have now.
That's nice too, I guess.
Well, let me get the Lenormand out and see what we can add to this. His tail is flailing everywhere I try to shuffle. See, notice how it's coming back to the cards? Why? I shuffle and I shuffle.
That spells certain joy.
So we have the clouds. And then we have the clock tower. And this is kind of an odd thing. I don't know what to make of it. I feel that the eclipse is going to be about dispelling, any darkness that remains in your life, whether it's from, I don't know, to me, for some reason, I keep thinking maybe it has something to do with something bigger than just your life, Gina, like maybe it's political stuff or, this COVID virus. Just getting rid of some of the negative energy surrounding you is going to be really important around eclipse time, dispelling that darkness, whatever it may be. Depression.
I think that's a
gloom.
really good thought there. I hadn't really thought about that a whole lot myself. I do feel that this could be saying that this eclipse energy is really going, for those who can tap into it, and those who are willing to really think outside of the box, really take them to a level where they can kind of position themselves above all this darkness and the institutional insecurity or the institutional darkness.
There's another thing here. It's kind of like, the Tower card can also be about isolating yourself. So, this might be saying that you are really going to be going within. Maybe you need to use that dark of the eclipse to examine the shadow, examine your shadow side a little bit and try to make, peace with the shadow side.
Better to do that during a solar eclipse than a lunar, probably.
Yeah, and that's what we have for you. I hope that makes sense. It certainly was interesting.
Kind of lofty there.
Kind of lofty. You had some major arcana going there.
I hope that was okay.
All right. So, are you back, Gina? The chat is quiet. I just want to make sure everybody is here.
It was that last comment about kissing when we weren't on camera.
I don't think so.
I don't either.
All right. So, let me get the list. I'm sorry. Falling behind here. Oh, it's Merwin, and she's ready. Oh, yeah, okay. Interesting. I didn't think about that, Gina. So let's see. You want to know what you can expect from your next relationship. Absolutely. Thanks, Merwin. Let me get you this deck.
Yeah, I think you're right too, Divine.
Yeah.
There's some good stuff going on in the stars right now. The astrology is really favorable for people upgrading their thoughts, for meditating more, finding some inspirations. Big change is coming, and I think we just need to trust. It sounds good to me.
Jenna's! How are you, Jenna? You are not too late, surprisingly. You are okay. I'll get you on the list. There's a few people in front of you. Let's see. We're doing Merwin right now, and after Merwin is SP, Angel Mary, Divine You, and then you, Jenna.
So I think after the show, I will walk over to the mailbox and see if it's there.
You know what? I'm sad. We were supposed to be able to see the Aurora Borealis in my state this last Wednesday and Thursday. And last night was completely cloudy and we couldn't see anything. And tonight, apparently the sunstorm or whatever it was kind of a dud. It wasn't as strong as they expected. And some people in the upper peninsula of Michigan might be able to see it a little bit. But it's really not coming down as far as they thought it would. So I'm not going to be able to see it tonight. Sadly. Okay, this is for the guy. Let's see. The relationship. Oh. Okay. We have a Knight of Swords reversed. Let's see. Oh. We've got the Devil Merwin upright. And the Six of Pentacles. Wow. This is kind of an interesting conundrum we have here for you. The Knight of Swords is reversed. So what kind of person is this? I think it could be an air sign.
Mm-hmm.
I think it could be somebody who is very thoughtful.
But I think they're in a stubborn patch.
But they're kind of stubborn. I was thinking that myself. Yes, I was, Mr. O. It's a sword thing.
So they're kind of a show me personality. I don't think that they are not the type of person who never admits they're wrong, but they generally have some pride there.
And va-va-voom here, you have the devil. It seems like there's an obsessive attraction between the two of you. You know, sometimes that can be good, and sometimes that can be a bit overwhelming. And you guys have to make sure that, you maintain perspective.
That's
in
why
the
they're wearing
relationship.
clothing in this scene rather than naked.
It's a young witch tarot. They're trying to be.
Oh, okay.
They're trying to be clean.
I see. I didn't even realize that. I forgot that. It's like, who puts underwear on for a tarot? Never mind.
But and even the devil is clothed, so it's kind of like, at any rate, I would say that there's some kind of passion going on here in this relationship for sure. So where is this leading? I think it's positive. I think it's possibly growthful. I think that you both will have a lot to give to each other if only somebody lets go of their stubbornness.
Well, I think that maybe that's what this is saying, is that the person will work on relationship issues because there's a spectrum of them represented with the devil card. And so this relationship could be an opportunity for both of you to work on some of those issues that maybe you have about relationships in general. But this card to me is more interesting because it's like what you said, Banshee. But also, too, I think that the stars represent the level of inspiration about how this relationship changes both of you. But I'm thinking maybe more so them, because I'm thinking they're the kind of person that is going to be changed more by your presence than you're going to be changed by them.
You stop messing with our cards, man.
We are doing good. Thank you, Janice.
Yeah, we're doing fine. Anyway, I was just so hoping you'd pay attention to that and not let him come back. Oh. All right, I missed my opportunity, though. I was going to move this over there so he'd have to come around me, but I did not. My bad. Yeah, I think so. If there's a will, there's a way around the sun, man. All right, we get these Lenormand. A bad boy, Merwin, it could be. All right, so we have the ship. Oh, we didn't give timing either. We'll talk about that in a minute. And we have the Yule log with just the coffin. So the coffin and the ship.
The ship came first, right?
Yeah, and the coffin after. And so you know what? I almost get the feeling this means that your journey towards searching for a relationship is coming to an end. So, because you're going to meet this person. But when exactly? We have the Pentacle card here. Is that a winter card? Could that be next winter?
Pentacles is winter, but swords would be, are they fall or spring?
Oh, I forget. I think they're spring.
I think they are too. So
sometime between the spring and the winter, you may meet this person.
I'm wondering too if the trip, the journey, the metaphoric journey, is also about ending a certain thing within yourself that opens you up to be more open to relationship. Like maybe there's an attitude that you want to look at, or maybe there's a situation you want to just say, I'm going to let that go. I'm going to let that go. I'm going to put that in the ground and let that go. So I'm going to suggest to you that maybe if you haven't met that person by the spring, maybe prior to the spring, you should consider a little ceremony where maybe you bury this idea once you figure out what it is. I'm thinking it's a resentment about something. I'm not sure why.
Well, Also, I see your question there where you said about earth sign or comment. It could be an earth sign, but I was leaning towards air because the knight was air. But I think there's a possibility there that maybe it's either
remember
or.
we said he was stubborn, and there's no one more stubborn than most of the earth signs. So
That's
maybe
true.
they're an air sign with some, earth placements in their chart. They have earth sign rising or moon or something like that. And I'm sort of feeling like that too, is that they are a stubborn person, but they're an earthy person, and ultimately you're going to do good things with them once you finally get there. I think so. It's just the journey to getting there.
Oh, you were on the list, Jenna. Don't worry. Hey, Teresa.
There's actually another Jenna too, so I wasn't sure if you were a third one or not. I'm like, I'll let Banshee lead on that one.
I'm glad you stopped in. Take care again, and see you soon, I hope.
Oh, hi, Teresa.
All right. So, let's see. We're done with Merwin. And we're moving on to SP. You're next, and then Angel Mary, Divine You, and Janice. You're up after Divine You. So it'll take just 1, 2, 3 in front of you, Jenna. Relationship reading, maybe about potential future husband characteristics. Okay. Well, so we'll look at it as your marriage mate and try the same type of reading and see what we get. Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Well, I don't blame you. It gets crazy out here. Obviously, that's why we're not using our names. So, I think it's smart.
So I got the camera filming the computer monitor, showing it's like it's an infinite. And then another.
It's kind of silly.
That's me. The thing is, I don't have room for my arms here.
Oh, I feel ya. You take up a lot of real estate. You know that. No. Yes, you are. Taurus is too. My mother was a Taurus. And I think I have a little bit of that Taurus in me because I was so very cuspy. Plus, I really should have been a Taurus by my estimations. I was taken out almost a month early.
2 of my siblings are earth signs. They're not the same earth sign, thank goodness. And I love them, but they're very stubborn, both of them. Very stubborn. But see, I have earth in my chart, so I'm stubborn too. My moon and my rising.
Hey, you're welcome, Merwin. Did we do the Lenormand for her?
I don't remember. I thought we did the sleigh and the...
Yes. I'm sorry.
And the can,
and
the can of cranberry.
What is wrong with you?
You bought those cards. I
Can of cranberry.
Doesn't it look like that? Like a can of cranberry gel?
No.
Okay. Okay, so... the Knight of Wands.
Oh, that's the first card then. Yep. And it's reversed.
Thanks, Jenna. I think so.
Look for a major arcana. It came up right away.
Strength.
Wow.
4 of Cups. Is that
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's interesting.
So then that is something we'll get to in a minute.
Yeah. So, all right, let's look at this person that you might encounter. And as your future mate, the Knight of Wands. It seems like there's a fire element here for sure, that they're kind of fiery. They're impetuous. They're
I used that word first tonight.
I used it second.
I think beyond impetuous, I think that there's somebody maybe that is stubborn in their attitude, that they have a conceit.
Maybe. But I also think that they're going to want to move fast in this relationship. There's somebody who, knows what they want and they go for it.
Go ahead, Angel. Go ahead and do that. And hi, the Floyd.
Well, hi, the Floyd. Welcome. We might be able to get you in tonight. We'll get you on the list if you want.
Did you want to say something more about that reverse Knight of Wands? I think that maybe there's a little bit of ego there, but I think
for sure.
I think that they sometimes feel like nobody trusts them and everybody should trust them. So they sort of have this ego thing going on there.
But the theme, between the two of you, it just seems as though there's a real connection here, and it's strong. I think it's definitely something that, you will bond with this person.
Bye, Merwin.
Oh, take care. All right. Well, have fun.
So I think that this says, too, that a lot of this relationship could be about how you explore each other's strengths and how you decide to work as a couple or as a partnership. Because you will realize that there are some things that one of you might be very strong or accentuated in, and the other one not so much. But then the opposite might be true too. And so you're going to find that there is sort of a gestalt between you two, which is what I find about the card in general.
And you know what else? I think SP, that you may find that you are the one to tame the beast of the Knight of Wands. The arrogance, the ego a little bit, and his rash nature. You're the one who can kind of, through gentle persuasion, change this person's character.
Now, I think that this person comes to you because I think they're here to help you make a decision, or they're here to help you see things more clearly. On this card, the representation is sort of like the person is sad. Why are they sad? Well, maybe because they just don't know which thing to decide on. It's the Four of Cups.
Yeah, I know that.
And so I'm thinking this person comes to you because they can help you with that. They can help you make decisions, or they can help you find things that are less sad.
I feel that, there's a lot of deep thought associated with the Four of Cups. And it's possible that this is just indicating that, this relationship is going to be a merging of minds of sorts. And, sometimes that'll be really healthy and good, and other times it's just going to be a little bit much. You'll have deep conversations. You might have sometimes, because they are a fire sign, you might have some deep disagreements as well. And so, but I think that ultimately this will prove to be very good for you. But I want to check on the Lenormand to make sure I don't, I'm not missing something here. Oh, interesting. Well, then maybe you would get along with another fire sign. Or it could be kind of like I said.
Yeah, there's that good old Leo. In some decks they are a lion, so this one he looks more like a... So in a sense,
that's why I felt that card resonated to your role in the relationship. Interesting.
Yes.
I like to think there's a reason I say what I say. So thanks for that. All right, so look at here. We have the snowman.
Which could represent that person you're hoping to meet.
And the key.
And the key.
This person is going to be very pivotal to your life. This does sound like potentially a life partner. I don't know if I can say any more than that. You've got a man and the key. So I feel like this person is definitely going to come into your life. Do we have a signal on that here? We have the cup card only, right? Oh, we have the wands too. So wand and cup.
Well, I wanted to say something first, which is
Go
that although we describe this person as maybe a little egotistical, there's something clearly you're going to learn from them, or something that really fulfills you. So I really think that this person maybe has a brashness about them, but it's going to match maybe your own Leo brashness. So we'll just say that there's something there that's compatible. But in terms of the timing,
Cups are fall? Cups?
Cups are summer.
Oh, summer. And wands?
We thought they were fall because we thought swords were air.
So maybe between the summer and fall is a possible target here. If not next year, I just feel, but it could be next year. I mean, definitely it could be next year. Like, I think I've went with that with everybody so far. But if not, the summer and fall is a pivotal time frame for this.
Sounds like it to me.
And that's what we have for you, SP. We wish you the best with that.
And thank you for your amazing comment.
All right, and I think Angel Mary put their question out there.
Alrighty, yes. Will
About
Angel
France?
Mary go to France in 2021,
And what will
and
it
how will they
bring?
get there? What will take them there?
Oh, I thought it said, what will bring me this travel? Oh.
What will take them there? What
I
will
thought
bring
it
them
was
there?
what will they get out of the travel, but maybe not. Okay. Are you asking what the travel will bring you, or how you're going to make the trip?
I'm thinking it's more like what will be
asking.
taken in there. Well, they may not be there. That's why they left their question early.
Yeah, we'll find out.
You're welcome, SP.
Hey, you are very welcome. Hey, Angel Mary, are you still with us? I just wanted to know about that second part of your question. We will wing it. Either way. Is it my time for a deck? Or yours?
It's your turn.
It's my turn. Back to cat's eye. No, I'll do Grimalkin again. Like that one. Okay, what brings you? Okay, thank you. You're right, Mr. Oh, gives me that look of, why do you question and doubt
Well,
me?
it's better the glare I get when I speak over you.
The look of disdain?
Pop goes the eyeballs. Boy, it's a good thing you don't have a thyroid condition.
I'm not like The Rock. I don't have the eyebrow.
Thank goodness. We had a couple friends that used to be able to do that, and they would always do that, like, you would talk to them for 10 minutes and they would end up doing that 3 to 5 times. And like, could you just stop that? We get it. You have this wiggly eyebrow and you're trying to accentuate a point. I can do very little with those kind of things because, believe it or
We're doing
not...
yes, no on the trip part?
Huh?
Yes, no on the trip part of the question?
Sure. Thanks for cutting me off.
I did that for a reason.
I know. Everything you do for a reason.
Well, I like to think I do. May not be the right reason.
And this is our yes-no spread.
Well, I don't know. It's leaning towards no. I thought maybe we did this before for you and it was leaning towards yes. It's leaning towards no, but let's take a look at this. It's not all bad. We have the Four of Wands here upright. And we have Judgment upright. So I'm trying to wrap my head around this one. I kind of think that maybe Judgment is saying that it may not be in your best interest to go. That's why it's leaning towards no. And that maybe something better for you is here.
Right, the Four of Wands seem like some reason why you may not be able to go, like there's some engagement or situation that maybe you can't miss. It's a scheduling conflict. If you go to France at that time, you would miss this thing. I'm not sure how judgment plays into that, other than you have to really make that decision. And what it sounds like is you may decide you can't miss that thing. You have to kind of stick around for it. And so you may have to put off your plans at least for that time period.
Yeah. There's something that's just, the decision to stay and do something else to plant some type of foundation here. Some kind of plans that are,
I think we need a Lenormand.
I'm not done. Oh, you interrupted me like I interrupted you.
So.
Did I get that right? I'm sure I did. So basically, I feel that there's something here that is grounding you here. That's really all I can say. But let's do the Lenormand now that I've re-said that.
I think we're getting a little punch drunk here.
Maybe we are. And on what? Lemonade? I'm all out, by the way. I need some more. But I'll manage.
I just love the Greymalkin deck, though. The Greymalkin deck.
So beautiful.
It really is beautiful. And it's a deck we're giving away sometime this month. This deck, we are going to give away a copy of it, a brand new copy.
So, Angel Mary, are you working? I'm looking here and I've got the goldfish card. And then I've got the star card. So the goldfish is the fish, and the star is the star in the Lenormand. And it almost makes it seem like I'm wondering if that's related to the Four of Wands. What's keeping you here is actually some positive growth and potential for something that will bring more money or resources to you or opportunity. And it brings you a lot of hope. It's actually something, to me, that looks very positive. So in other words, if you don't go to France, it's not because of anything negative. It seems as though it's because of something positive.
Yes, it looks to me like some great opportunity comes in. I'm not sure what kind of work you may be doing, if you might be doing something that's even on the temporary, but it's going to just block out that time for you, but it's an opportunity you can't miss. Maybe it's involved a school track, an education track, and that particular coursework is only available then. It's something like that that is such a good opportunity, beneficial for you.
Well, let's talk a little bit again about the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands sometimes is also a celebration, right?
True.
Like could be a wedding or something.
It could be.
So what I'm saying is maybe something else, if you're looking for romance, in that department, maybe something keeps you here that, that is involved with love or relationship. Something that kind of holds you here.
But doesn't the goldfish have more to do with money and jobs?
It can.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it could be either then, I guess.
Yeah. Something that's bringing you a lot of hope, whatever it may be.
It's really something you're going to want to do and say, like, well, I can wait till 8 months or next year.
Or next year to go to
whatever
France.
It is. Mm-hmm.
Although I understand why anybody would want to go to France. Absolutely.
Now, I wonder
never
if it's
been
just
there,
possible,
but
too, that maybe from a travel point of view, we're still not clear, at least during part of 2021,
right,
that going to France is a good option at this point. So I don't see that specifically with the goldfish or the star. So maybe just true that waiting longer is more beneficial, because then things really do look more hopeful.
I mean, it's more worthwhile to go to France when everything is more normal, let's just say. So, but that's what we have for you. That's what we see there, Angel Mary. I'm sorry if that's not what you were looking for, but hey, it was definitely not a bad no.
This is true.
All right, so Divine you are up. Are you still with us, Divine you? I know you were busy tonight. And then Janice and Floyd. So we'll give Divine you a moment. Do we have any announcements? We just did say, oh wait, no, Divine You's right there.
Okay.
Still, my broken.
You're the most pleasant
Ah.
broken record. You are.
Yeah, let's try again. Let's just see what the cards say today, Divine You. Is it yours? Let's grab one of yours.
And we'll use that Adrian.
Okay. The ones I have to look closely for the aces? I should not. No, there's only one.
I don't think you really have to look that closely.
I don't.
And just reminding everybody, too, that if you missed us tonight, we are on Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
It can get kind of crazy on Sundays, so get there early. Did I shuffle yet?
No, you did not. And with talk like that, you may not get to.
Oh my goodness.
Goodness.
We have been teasing each other all night. Good, Jenna. You are after Divine You, so don't go anywhere.
Thank you, Angel Mary.
Boy, we don't need Sunny to do that.
Not only that, but suddenly doesn't fit. How come it fit before?
I don't know. I don't know. Oh, a little different spin there this time.
Spin it.
Let's see what we got. Am I doing a yes now?
Yes, you are.
I thought so. There it is. Okay, let's see. These cards are pretty.
They are pretty. I like the coloring. It's not an ace.
Nope. I just wanted to look at it. Ah,
Well,
there's interesting things here. That's the Knight. Okay. The last card I drew was the Knight of Wands, and then we drew the Nine of Cups reversed, and we only had one ace, the Ace of Swords. Now, it's leaning towards no, but it's not a definite no. And it looks as though there's going to be some movement here with this job.
I had to spin it once.
Oh, spin it.
Or it might have been a console piano. Because we said spin it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know. I got it. I got it, Mr. O. So, at any rate, I feel, Divine You, that, you know, that something may be going on with this job that's not going to make you very happy. Obviously, waiting is not making you very happy. I feel there's going to be some move soon. So even though it's leaning towards no, I think the jury is still out on this in some way but I don't think you're going to be very happy about something.
Right. It may be that somebody that you know there may be that's in between things with all of this, maybe asking you to trust them, and you just sort of feel like you don't have a choice but to really just wait and see that. So that it's maybe that part of it, because you're just not feeling like you're really the one in charge of this. You're subject to somebody else's timetable and their decisions, and so this wait is probably just really uncomfortable.
I want to throw some Lenormand because I have a thought here I want to throw out to Divine You after I pull these. But let's see what they say.
Yes, I used to have a console, and its main purpose for a number of years was I walked in the door from work and I put my keys on it. I did play it, but then I just sort of stopped playing it. I think it was after that one guy made a crack about my playing.
Oh.
Dan.
Yeah. Hey Maria, good day to you. Welcome. I might be able to fit you in for a reading tonight. We only have a couple people
Hi,
left
Maria.
after this reading, so we'll give it a shot. I'll put you on the list. Thanks
Yeah,
for
there's still
joining
a few in
us.
front of you, though.
Well,
Okay, Divine.
we have the greeting card. You'll be glad to hear that. But then we also have the stork. So I'm of two minds here, Divine You. It looks as though you're going to get some news soon about the job, but there might be some changes afoot with it. Or maybe there's a new offer involved with the job. I'm not sure here, but the stork indicates something new and change.
Well, the new could be the new year because you're saying it might be next month, and of course that'll take us
Oh.
into the new year.
Yeah, that
But
could
it does
very
seem
well
like
be.
maybe they will try to indicate that they've reframed the offer somehow, or that they've repackaged it in some way.
Okay, so let me think about this. Divine You, at this point of the game, regardless of whether the cards are negative or positive, I feel like, and I know how hard it is to focus. I mean, I'm retiring and going through all these emotions, and it's hard for me to focus on my last weeks of work here, and I'm trying very hard to do so. So, all I can say to you is that really act like you have that job sewn up. Just act like it. Don't let this throw you. Do your work like it is, like you are confident that you are going to be moving forward soon. And attract that energy to yourself. Do everything you can to support, what you want to happen.
That sounds like a really good idea.
That's the best I can tell you at this point, Divine You. And I wish you luck again. Good luck, good luck, good luck.
We'll see you again.
Hey, Jenna, you are up.
All right,
Jenna,
Janice.
then Floyd, and then Maria. Whoops. Take those away.
You're so mean to me. I wish the Sunman could move so I could set up over there again.
Well, it was leaning towards no, Divine You. But, like I said, I'm just not sure. I have a feeling there's something else going on here. And, you're going to have to decide whether you want it or not.
Mm-hmm.
The ball's going to be in your court, again, I think. All right, we need your question, Jenna. You just want a general, or do you have something in mind? And what was I going to say? I was just going to say something and I forgot. Oh, well.
You're welcome.
Hey, you're welcome. We're rooting for you, so we hope for the best. So, Jenna, did you mention your question yet? Here. Okay.
We can tell you that.
We can try.
Yeah, that's a reading we've done a couple times tonight. So we are going to think of it specifically in terms of a life partner, not just
correct.
the next relationship or a relationship you're looking towards.
Is my hat slipping? Feels like it's slipping somehow.
Okay, and I need to cut these.
Sonny wants my hat. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I see what you mean. All right.
We can do that.
So let's see. Well, okay. We go with it. There's the Queen of Pentacles. But remember, this could be a man or a woman.
It's
just,
reversed.
It's just the quality of the card. So it's the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Now I got to look for Major Arcana, and look what we've got, the Hierophant. And the next card is, ooh, ouch. And this is a life partner reading. So we have the Three of Swords upright. So So right now it looks as though you're going to meet somebody who has some issues keeping their material, or I mean this person, this life partner, the problem in the relationship might be, if there is a problem, that they have problems keeping their material life in order. You know, either they can't hold down a job, or they're very loose with money, and they're just not managing their affairs well.
Yes, it could be too that they just have a cavalier attitude about money or prosperity in general, and that maybe they sort of feel they're lucky on their own terms, but not really, because there may be a sense too that they just sort of have a down on themselves impression right now. Maybe that's why you meet them, because you're drawn to wanting to help them. I'm not saying that's for sure. I'm just saying they are representing that kind of personality that maybe presents as a little bit needier than most.
Now, the theme of the relationship, and this is really kind of interesting to me, that you have the Hierophant reversed here. This could indicate to me that it is a non-traditional relationship of some sort. And there's many ways you can look at what I just said there. Like, for example, instead of marriage, maybe you're going to be living together.
Maybe it doesn't even start off as a relationship. Maybe it
Right.
starts off as a person that you're interested in helping, or that maybe they're a client of your business or something like that. And then, unconventionally as it seems, you become more drawn to each other. That's a possibility. I'm not saying that's what's, I feel strongly about that. But that's the idea of it being unconventional.
Now, there's two ways.
And right, we don't want to assume anybody's genders or preferences.
Oh, okay, well, thanks for sharing that. But it could very well be.
Right, to me, the quality of the person, though, does represent somebody who maybe is a little needier from the material angle.
Right. So, I mean, it could be a woman, if that's where your interests end up, or it could be just a male with those qualities. And also, I'm getting the feeling, Jenna, that it is an earth sign.
Yeah, we think it's an earth sign.
With maybe some air elements attached, they're, in their chart that are kind of prominent.
The card has a feminine quality, but I can't rule out that it isn't necessarily a man.
But a non-conventional relationship could be, same sex.
So that does go towards your idea there.
Right. Now, the Three of Swords, this is kind of a difficult card, but I can look at this two ways. There's two aspects to this. One is that, this relationship, I have to be blunt, could end in heartbreak. You may end up breaking up. It may not last the test of time. Or the other aspect of this is that you two together will have to share. You will have a collective sharing of heartaches. Maybe you're there for the person when key family members die or something like that. It's like certain heartaches that you share and overcome together.
Well, if we are talking about an unconventional type of relationship in and of itself, then the idea may be that you've been attracted to a person who needs you maybe more than you need them on a material level. But then the idea, too, that maybe either or both of you help each other with more heart-rending emotional matters. So maybe it's what's unconventional is the fact is that you're each the balm or the solace for each other in a way, that you accept them as they are, they maybe accept you as you are.
Well, and the other thing about that is that with the Three of Swords and the shared heartache, when you're together with people for a long period of time, you have to endure a lot of struggles, That's what draws people together. Sometimes that kind of adversity makes you closer.
And because you said life partner, of course, we had that in our intent to read that. And that's what it is to be a life partner. You go through your life with them, or at least some portion of it, and you go through the deaths, the births, the separations, the struggles, the successes. You go through all of that with them because you are their partner.
Let me throw the Lenormand and see if I see that in,
Yeah, we're going to check that out.
But I'm not sure you know them yet.
And as far as the when goes, if it could possibly happen, it might happen in the next year, somewhere in the total of next year, between spring and winter, basically, because we have the swords and we have the pentacles.
Okay.
So we have the anchor.
Here we have a situation.
Oh, this is interesting.
Yeah, here we have a situation of two cards that are kind of the opposite of each other. We have the anchor, which kind of keeps you in place, and then we have the stork who's flying around and, is about change and new beginnings. So I have this feeling that I'm confused. I'll let you go first. How about that?
I think that what this means is that maybe you may not really know them now, but maybe somebody you know knows them, and somehow you're going to meet them through a connection of somebody who is maybe an anchor in your life, somebody who is a regular or consistent presence in your life. So I think you'll be introduced to them that way. I think you'll know them only as they may have been mentioned before to you. You won't have really met them maybe, or if you have, it wasn't an impression at that time that was, anything more than just meeting a person. But I think that that's what it is, that they're the new thing.
The other thing about this is that, oh gosh, I had a thought and Sunny made me forget it. I'm blaming Sunny. But the stork could be about the fact that there's going to be a lot of change in your life, where maybe you guys are going to move around a lot before you finally find a place to call home. I get the feeling that maybe that the stork is indicating that too, that you guys might find yourselves moving around a lot before you actually settle down together in a home.
Yeah, I don't think you know them now, but I think somebody is associated with them, and that somehow this will happen. And I still think the wider range of this year, so maybe it'll take a while for you to finally get connected to them. Like maybe you might run across them once or twice through your friend or through a social situation. Things are just slowly coming back to life, so it may take a while. It may take literally the whole year for you to see them enough times for you to feel like you're drawn to that person.
So that's what we have, Jenna. Good luck with that. And the Floyd, you are up, and then we have Maria, and we'll call it a night after Maria.
That's for you, Jenna.
Okay. Oh, no. I can't say I have a clue to their name, really, unless Mr. O has a flash.
No, nothing came to me. Can't say that they did.
But I definitely think it's, what did I say? What was the card shoot? Was it earth sign? Air sign?
We thought it was an earth sign, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Because of the pentacles.
Okay.
But there was that sword in there, too, wasn't there?
I don't know. And they're gone.
You're welcome.
But you are welcome. Oh, it's the queen, right? No.
Yeah, it was the Queen of Pentacles. Remember?
Yeah, well, it's gone.
Did you mix them up again?
I guess I did.
Okay. So, onward.
I did. So we're waiting on the Floyd. Is the Floyd still with us? Hey, have a good night.
Good night, Christina.
We'll just give Floyd another minute, see if they're here. And if not, we'll move on to Maria. We sometimes do lose people along the way. So What do we have up and coming?
Tomorrow is, or actually at midnight tonight, is my outlook on the emotional exchanges. So for those who are looking for emotional relationship advice, it's sectioned by your elemental signs, so air signs, fire signs, water signs, earth signs. Check that out. That's after midnight tonight. It'll be on the channel. It's pre-recorded. And then on Sunday mornings at 10 a.m., we also have Banshee's Material Manners, which does the same thing for the material side of your life, giving you a week look at what are your possible keys to success in business, education, and finance. Yes, that's unusual for you,
Yeah,
Jenna.
that was different, Jenna. Good
So
for
very
you.
nice, very
it's
nice.
always good to shake up, it up a bit.
The Gina.
I said the Banshee.
All I've been thinking about is going out to the mailbox and seeing if there's something there.
So, okay, I think the Floyd is...
I want you to know that lasted till about 2 nights ago. We made that last package last us.
Hey, you're welcome, Jenna, anytime. I think the Floyd has flown the coop. So we're going to move on to Maria. Maria, are you still with us? You can go ahead and type your question.
I remember a cousin of mine who I referred to my wife as the Banshee, and the cousin had no idea what was going on. I'm like, why are you calling her that?
Because
Hi,
she
Maria.
likes it.
What will you expect financially?
Okay, all right.
So one of your decks?
Didn't we just use mine? Let's use yours.
Okay. We'll use our Tarot of the Cat People.
Mr. Sunman. He wants to play. Get that pen. Well, that's okay.
You never know.
That's okay. It'll give me time to recoup. When did we do that? Was that yesterday?
Oh, right.
When did we finish our bark?
I said it was 2 days ago, I think.
Oh, it's 2 days ago. Okay. Yeah, that's about
I'm
right.
jonesing for bark. Woof, woof.
Mr. O.
It's rough without bark.
It's rough without bark.
I know. Thank you. You're too good to us.
So I think you told me before you actually have sold that for a benefit for a shelter. Is this like some shelter in your city or? They're very lucky. I'm sure you make a lot of sales. All right.
Okay, Maria.
Almost ready, Maria. Let me cut. Okay. Okay, financial forecast.
So we have 3 cards. We have the 4 of Swords.
Upright?
Mm-hmm.
Just tell me, because, I'm not seeing them.
We have the Fool reversed.
I'm not. Okay. The Fool reversed.
And then we have the High Priest reversed.
Oh. So the 4 of Swords is upright?
Yes.
It seems like things are a little slow right now, financially. Like there's kind of there's some stagnation. No surprise. I don't know, if you've got a small business. No surprise possibly right now with the COVID going on. And what was that one?
The Fool reversed.
Oh, yeah, the Fool reversed. And if you're starting something new, it might be a little bit risky at this time. Or if you're thinking of starting something new, I would kind of maybe hold back or make sure you're sure of, I'm not going to say success, but you're sure of, that this is the right thing for you to do at this time. Because timing has something to do with this card as well.
Maria, I definitely want you to come back and ask the question again in a month or later, because I feel like right now there's definitely just a lull. This Four of Swords really talks about just sort of a chill going on here.
Yeah.
The Fool sort of represents the idea that there's risk, or you have to have a more they call it a business plan or an actual strategy that is proven. You probably do, but it's just saying like maybe there's just some difficulty right now with risk right now. And then the High Priest reverse says that overall this is an unconventional period right now, so we can't judge anything by right now because the economy is just literally almost in the toilet for everybody. So like I said, I mostly really want you to come back and ask again, because I just think right now things are kind of too dicey for us to say anything that is going to be consistent and long lasting.
What's really funny about this is that Four of Swords just seems like the penultimate card of winter. It's somebody who's hibernating, somebody who's healing, somebody who's regaining their strength again. So this is a time to prepare, in some ways. And maybe it's a time also to rethink your approach to money and financial matters.
I was going to say this.
Because of the High Priest reversed. It's kind of like thinking outside of the box, thinking unconventionally to try to work around some of the issues we have today.
Yeah, it may be that although you're struggling, you're going to still have to try to find a way to make something unusual and enticing to try to draw in business, or you're going to have to try to think of unusual business strategies. But all in all, though, it's still kind of the full saying things are chancy right now. They just are.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I would be, we're kind of in a little financial snafu ourselves.
Yeah.
We'll get through it, but it is challenging. And I would say to you that whatever you do, maybe you're going to have to take an approach to making this happen differently than you thought because of this High Priest reversed. Whether you have to seek some kind of support or help from somewhere you never would have thought of otherwise going to. Let's see what the Lenormand will add to this.
There's also the possibility too that depending, you might just have to really downsize or just sort of work away from that being the main thing and try to figure out where else you can go. I don't feel strongly about that, but I'm just suggesting that as a possibility. Because I don't know that you can do that necessarily.
Let me see what we get here.
Oh.
Well, there's some positive
there is something
movement
positive here.
This is the fish card in the Lenormand, the fish ornament there. And then we have, it's followed by the midnight moon. So are you in a position of working right now, or are you unemployed? Is that the problem? It looks as though financial flow might happen. There's something coming towards you, and it could be success at work or success with financial resources. It's possible this thinking outside the box, doing something. Go ahead. Oh.
No, I'm good. I was waiting for you to stop.
Okay. This thinking unconventionally, or maybe going through sources or coming up with ideas that are unusual. But just be aware, there is risk right now for you with money. There is risk. So be careful, be smart about it, and lay a little bit low if you can. Otherwise, don't take unnecessary risks with what money you have, and try to see if you can get some support from somewhere to help you. I think it's out there.
Yeah, I sort of feel that the Lenormand kind of contraindicates what we told you up here, that this said, like, right now things are really struggling, but I'm thinking this is looking like more towards after the full moon, which is coming up, or in the new year. Maybe I'm just represented as new moon, new year. This is really good from a financial point of view, the goldfish. So I'm thinking that maybe hopefully it's a matter of getting through this time right now, and that maybe something will just start to change. Something will change with the new year.
Yeah.
So we only have a few more weeks, so...
Yeah. Yeah, but right at this moment, it just seems like things are not happening. It's really clear when I see that Four of Swords that at the moment there is no movement. And then it leads into the potential risks here and gambles. It might just mean here that you may have to take a very risky gamble to make it happen, something unconventional. And there's a huge risk involved and there's a potential for loss, but according to the Lenormand, money is going to flow. So
when I think about that, then I'm wondering too that maybe if the risk and the unconventional thing is doing something that you normally wouldn't do, which would be try to get a loan or try to get help from a source you normally wouldn't do that, or that it's just a risk because right now, taking on more loans for people is just, not necessarily good. And you may not be in a position to be able to get a loan if you have, no collateral. So it may be something else, but something I think is just going to kind of click through. Hey, Gina.
Good night, Gina. We'll see you soon. Yeah, I wish I could be a little bit more clear. I think he's right, though, that this is still going to play out. I hope you have a little time to work with here because I think he's almost right about the month cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we wish you luck with that. And remember, the tarot is only a snapshot in time, so things can change. The smart moves that you make can alter this. So just be aware that the energies right now are kind of tight and in hibernation mode.
All right. So that's what we have, Maria.
Hey, that's what we have for you. And thanks for joining us today. Appreciate that. And we are done. We are done.
If anybody's out there, if you haven't liked us yet, please go ahead and like us. We would appreciate that.
And anybody who hasn't subscribed, please do so. You'll be notified. Click the bell, and you'll be notified when we go live. We love to have you back. And that's it for tonight.
And we will be back. We'll be back on Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m. We'll be able to do more card readings and talk more about our plans for giveaways and all kinds of holiday fun that we hope to have.
They're definitely going to be firmed up by Sunday because next week something's happening.
All right.
All right, everybody. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.